Hi everyone, in this demo we are going to show how an intelligent document browser plugin by Gnosis Learning can answer your queries related to investment and asset management. We will be considering GMO Asset Management Company for this demo. To begin with the demo, let us first open GMO Trust Prospectus. Since this document is already authored using our authoring tool for the plugin, when we try to open, it will open in our intelligent document browser plugin. So in this plugin, we have a companion over here with which you can ask any questions related to the document, as well as we'll be also providing videos in context to the document as well as slides. Okay, as well as we also have a chat option here in which you can also type in the question and get the answer. Okay, but in this demo, like, we'll be mostly relying on the companion and we'll be asking him voice based questions. So let us begin by asking some questions to our companion. What does GMO Trust does?
GMO Trust is a collection of investment funds that the fund of funds invests in.
What is the investment objectives of GMO?
The investment objective of GMO is to achieve attractive returns and manage risk by investing in international equity markets and asset classes with potential for market dislocations and opportunities. They use a quantitative investment process and consider factors such as valuations and market outlook to determine their investments. GMO does not manage the fund to any specific securities index or benchmark.
In the annual fund operating expenses, what is the percentage of value in the management fees of class mutual fund?
The percentage of value for management fees in class mutual fund is 0.75%.
Okay, so one can also have videos as well as slides mapped in context to this page. Okay, now let us check the videos we have for this page.
Over time. That fits in really well with other strategies that do something totally different. How do you think about where you place your chips in a firm like GMO that has a broad portfolio, and even within the unconstrained portion of it, there's a bunch of different products that you could invest in? I think of them more as an asset allocator. I think that's one area that they're really good at. They're less focused on the timing of when things will underperform and outperform, and more on picking the right asset classes to own over longer periods of time. So that forces you, if you buy into that
Okay, as well as we can also have slides in context to this page. Okay. So let us proceed by asking some more questions. Explain US tax information.
U.S. tax information refers to the regulations and laws set by the U.S. government regarding the taxation of investments such as mutual funds, stocks, and bonds. In the context of the specific fund, it states that the fund has elected to be treated as a regulated investment company and will distribute its net investment income and capital gains to shareholders. These distributions are taxable to U.S. shareholders who are not exempt from U.S. income tax or who are not investing through a tax-advantaged account. It also mentions that shareholders investing through tax-advantaged accounts may be taxed upon withdrawals from those accounts. This information is important for investors to understand their tax obligations and potential tax implications when investing in this fund.
Okay, so let us check the videos as well now.
In order for the government to run, it needs money. The government gets its money by taxing its people. Taxes pay for all sorts of government jobs and services. Federal taxes help pay for national things like the president, Congress, federal judges, and the military. State taxes pay for local roads and the governor. County and city taxes.
Okay, and let's check the slides as well. Okay, so all the slides and the videos are added, or I can say mapped to this particular page via the authoring tool. Okay, so I'll be showing that as well at the end. So what we can do is like if we have a particular, now this is an entire slide deck, so like if you have a particular slide, you can link that particular slide number with this page. Okay, so let me proceed. Who is the investment advisor in the management of fund for GMO Global Asset Allocation Fund?
The investment advisor for the GMO Global Asset Allocation Fund is Grantham, Mayo, Van Otterloo and Company LLC.
Okay, so let's try some more questions. What is OTC and ETFs?
OTC stands for over-the-counter, and ETF stands for exchange-traded fund. They are types of investments that the fund may invest in.
Even within the unconstrained portion of it, there's a bunch of different products that you could invest in.
I think of them more as an asset allocator. I think that's one area that they're really good at. They're less focused on the timing of when things will underperform and outperform, and more on picking the right asset classes to own over longer periods of time. So that forces you, if you buy into that concept, to give them a little bit more time to deliver, rather than looking at them quarter to quarter or even year by year. We do use the global tactical asset allocation strategy. I view it as a good way to get exposure to whatever they think.
Okay, so this was the video in context to this page. What is the main objective of GMO High Yield Fund?
The main objective of GMO High Yield Fund is to invest in asset classes that offer attractive return and risk opportunities, using a quantitative multi-year forecast approach. It may also invest in other GMO funds, such as Opportunistic Income Fund and Emerging Country Debt Fund. The fund is not managed to a specific securities index or benchmark.
Tell me the principal risk of investing in the fund for GMO High Yield Fund.
The principal risk of investing in the GMO held fund is that GMO's investment techniques may fail to produce intended results. This could be due to inaccuracies or limitations in their predictive models, or errors in assessing investments, which could result in losses or impair fund operations. Additionally, the fund may be subject to market risk and non-US investment risk due to fluctuations in market prices and potential declines in the economy and equity markets.
Okay, so let us try some more questions. Explain the annual total returns for class 3 shares.
The annual total returns for Class 3 shares refer to the percentage change in value of the shares over a specific period of time. These returns are shown for each year ending the 31st of December, and can be compared to broad-based indices to evaluate the performance of the fund. After-tax returns are also provided, which take into account the impact of taxes on the returns. The highest and lowest quarterly returns, as well as the year-to-date return, are also listed. These returns may vary among different share classes based on their expenses.
Okay, so these are the slides. The videos.
Growing, longer-term elasticities of supply are high. The world will be depopulating, as you've pointed out, and thus we should think commodity prices overall will be falling for the next 50 years.
Well, commodities, unlike a lot of growth aspects, you're dealing with a store that is completely finite. So even if your growth rate decelerates, your store gets less and less. If you're growing at 10% in China, it gets less very rapidly. If you're growing at 2% in Europe, it still gets less.
Okay, as well as slides. Okay, so this graph basically shows the annual total returns for class 3 shares. So let's proceed. With example, explain portfolio turnover.
Portfolio turnover is a measure of how frequently a fund's portfolio is bought and sold within a given time period. It is typically expressed as a percentage of the average value of the fund's securities. In the context provided, the portfolio turnover rate for the GMO benchmark free allocation fund is 32% for the fiscal year ended the 28th of February, 2023, excluding short-term investments. This means that approximately 32% of the fund's portfolio was bought and sold during that time period. A higher portfolio turnover rate can result in higher transaction costs for the fund, as commissions and other fees are incurred with each trade. This can also lead to higher income taxes for shareholders who are subject to US taxes. In the example provided, the fund's portfolio turnover rate was 134% of the average value of its portfolio securities, resulting in higher transaction costs. The fund's portfolio turnover rate is also affected by its investment strategies. In this case, the fund seeks to achieve annualized returns of 5% above the consumer price index and an annualized volatility of 5-10% over a complete market cycle. This means that the fund's portfolio may be actively managed and traded in order to meet these objectives. The example provided also shows a cost.
Okay, so now let's check out the videos.
The portfolio of a fund is never static. It is imperative for the fund manager to regularly review its portfolio and make necessary changes to the holdings within the fund so as to generate better risk-adjusted returns, commonly known as portfolio churning. This involves buying, selling or holding new or existing securities by the fund. Portfolio turnover ratio is a measure of how frequently assets within a fund are bought and sold by the fund. It simply indicates the frequency with which the fund's portfolio holdings have changed over the past year.
What are different equity funds?
Equity funds are investment vehicles that invest primarily in stocks and other equity securities. Some examples of different equity funds include global equity funds, international equity funds, US equity funds, and quality cyclicals fund.
Okay, so here we have the slides listing different equity funds, as well as when we check out the videos. Okay, we'll be getting videos related to the asset allocation in the equity funds.
Multi-asset allocation funds. It appears that it is the current flavor of the season. We have a lot of questions from our subscribers and also general queries on whether you can use.
Okay, so let me ask one last question now. In the principal risk, what is the credit risk for the fixed income funds?
The credit risk for fixed income funds is the risk that the issuer or guarantor of a fixed income investment, or the obligors of obligations underlying an asset-backed security, will be unable or unwilling to satisfy their obligations to pay principal and interest or otherwise honor their obligations in a timely manner or at all. This can lead to a decline in the market price of the investment.
Okay, so now let's check out the slides as well. Okay, so we have the graph over here of principal risks. Okay. Okay, so let me now also show you the authoring tool. Okay, so this is an authoring tool and we have various like PDFs put over here, and this is the PDF that we were referring to, that is GMO Trust Prospectus. So let us open that. Okay, so now in this GMO Prospectus, if you want to add any video or any slides in context to a particular page, you can do that. So I'll just show you for page number 1 over here. Okay, so for page number 1 we have added some slides and videos. So how we have done that is like we just enable the edit option, and then we go to the various resources over here. So we have the slides, videos. Okay, so when we click on the slides, basically we get a form over here wherein we just have to enter the slide title and the slide number that you want to show. Okay, and upload the slide deck. Okay, so once you do that, your slide deck will appear here. So this is the one which we have added. Okay, and once you add the slide here, whenever you check in the browser plugin, you should be able to see the slide that we have added. Okay, I'm just showing you in the authoring tool. Similarly with the video. Okay, so now this particular page number has around say 2 videos. Okay, so these are the videos that we have. Okay, which can be also seen from the plugin. So how we have added this is like we just enable the edit option here and we click on the YouTube icon, and we get the option to add the YouTube video over here. Okay, so one interesting thing is, based on the content of the page, we'll be also showing you the YouTube videos, okay, that are generated, okay, based on the content of the page. So these are the some of the YouTube videos we have got based on the content of the page. So what you can also do is you can watch each of them, and whichever are relevant, you can just click on the plus icon over here, and this videos will be added. Okay, and if you don't like any of them, then what you can do is you can just type in the YouTube title that you want to add, just add the short code and the time from where it should start, and just submit it. Okay, so once you do that, the videos will be added. Okay, and whatever videos are added over here will be listed in your browser plugin. Okay, so I'll just go back to the browser plugin and show that as well. Okay, so this was the page 1 that I was talking about, and as you can see over here, we have 2 videos added. Okay, so if you check here, if you click on the videos, so those are the same 2 videos which you're seeing over here.
More on picking the right best platform.
Okay, so the people who are using browser plugin, for them it will be only view access. Okay, they won't be able to add any slides or videos. But the admin, like who's using the authoring tool, he can add any number of videos or slides and map to the PDF page. Okay, so that's all I have for this demo. Thanks for watching.